Hey guys, this is A-Bomb of noEHinTEAM, your number one source for awesome. I'm very stoked today to be bringing you our first episode of Black Friday, where we talk about all things Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Today, specifically, I'm going to be focusing on bullet damage and the differences between the way things were done in Black Ops and the way things have typically been in the Modern Warfare series. As most of you know, bullet damage in Modern Warfare is much more pronounced than it is in Black Ops. In Modern Warfare 2 and in the original Modern Warfare, there was a stopping power perk, which went away when Black Ops came out and didn't make a return in Modern Warfare 3. But Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, whatever you want to call them, the guys that are doing the Modern Warfare series, they decided and made a conscious effort to make sure that every weapon actually dealt out a lot of bullet damage. So even though stopping power was not a part of this iteration of Modern Warfare, it still felt very similar in the sense that basically every player has stopping power all the time because all of the weapons are buffed. Now, personally, that is absolutely my preference for a shooter on a console. In Black Ops, it felt like it didn't matter what gun you were using, it didn't matter how often you were on target with guys, it always took longer than it felt like it should to bring a guy down. It felt like every weapon was a pea shooter, and to further compound that, weapon recoil in Black Ops was much more pronounced than in the Modern Warfare series. So for a guy like me, a self-admitted old guy in the gaming scene and a converted PC gamer, it's really quite difficult for me to really get into shooters that require a lot of hits to bring down your targets. Biggest reason for that is that I grew up playing with a mouse and keyboard, and it always felt much more natural and much more precise to use a mouse as opposed to controlling things on a joypad with my thumb. And for whatever reason, it's harder for me to transition than it has been for other players. But I don't have those twitch abilities that a lot of young guys have that grew up playing on consoles rather than on PCs. So when it takes a lot of hits to bring down a target, it lends itself to more mistakes, and you can drift off target a little more often and whatnot. And so I've always felt more rewarded. My gameplay has always felt more rewarded in the Modern Warfare series, and that's simply because I'm typically fairly efficient with my gunfire. I always have a generally, not a high percentage as far as like hit accuracy goes, but it's always above like say like the median that the typical player will see. And part of that is that I'm a little bit patient in the Modern Warfare series, and that I wait until I'm on target generally before I fire. And obviously there's different instances where that isn't the case, where I'll pre-fire around corners, or if I know somebody's in a basic vicinity and I feel like if I get the first few bullets I'll win the gunfight, I'll pre-fire in that instance as well. But in a lot of cases I wait until my reticle is on before I pull the trigger. And because it's more difficult for me, and I'm sure a lot of other players as well, to stay on target for a long period of time, the game is more enjoyable for me when it's a short time to kill. I get on target, I get my bullets on target, and I move to the next target because I'm able to drop them. Whereas in Black Ops, it felt like every single gunfight required half a clip to bring a guy down. It felt like along with that added recoil, you had to get on target, get a few hits, you had to let off the trigger and almost settle your weapon and do it again. So it lengthened the process quite a bit. Further to that, guys could duck out of gunfights if things were going well. There was always lots of opportunities in Black Ops to just drop, find cover, go prone. There's lots of different things, and simply basically jump out of the gunfight, look for another one that goes your way a little bit more. A lot of guys enjoyed that. I think it was one of the reasons why so many non-typical Call of Duty players enjoyed Black Ops. And I'll say this for it: if that's the style that lends itself to a greater audience, I can live with it. A lot of people like Black Ops a ton and were never Modern Warfare fans. I personally, I swing the other way. Modern Warfare 3 is hands down my favorite Call of Duty game up to this point. And I'm actually probably probably going to shed a few tears when Black Ops 2 arrives, because I have my doubts as to whether Black Ops, well, not so much Black Ops, but whether Treyarch can deliver a gaming experience that is as enjoyable to me as Modern Warfare 3 has been. And that just simply has to do with some of my, my apprehensions with regards to Black Ops, and my expectations as far as how smooth the gameplay is, and again, bullet time, bullet damage, how quick it is to bring targets down. And along with the mediocre bullet damage that was in Black Ops, they also had really, really pathetic secondary weapons, and that was definitely a sticking point for me. One of my favorite things about both Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 is that there were a lot of viable secondary options, especially if you were using an assault rifle or a sniper rifle. I'll say this, it wasn't good when shotguns were an allowable secondary in Modern Warfare 2. That was just a really, really bad idea. But I like having some, like the machine pistols, for example, basically in the end they turn into low damage SMGs. And when you're using some longer range weapons, it's nice to have a reliable secondary to get you out of those tight spots, or just something to switch to fall back on when you are running out of ammo. I would really like to see them boost things up a little bit on the secondary side in Black Ops. I think I ran akimbo revolvers all the time, because there wasn't really any other secondary that felt worth the time to equip. At least with the revolvers, if you got into a close quarter situation, you could drop somebody pretty quickly just if you were on target. Whereas a lot of the other secondaries were just wild spray. I remember there's one pistol you could put a fully automatic attachment on it, and it went from useless to really, really useless. So to me that detracts from the fun a bit. But yeah, I've gone on enough about bullet damage. My thoughts are bring back stopping power, or revert to a more of a Modern Warfare style, quick time to kill, high bullet damage style. And I think it lends itself to a better game. The faster you get rewarded for getting on target, I think it just makes for a better experience. Hey guys, just in case you missed them, we got a couple more videos there. On the left, Canucks got a video about cheaters and boosters and how they hope to deal with them in Black Ops 2. Over on the right, talk about the currency system from Black Ops and how we'd like to see it change maybe in Black Ops 2. And finally, a little shout out to X Repeater there in the middle, so go check out his channel. And if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like, maybe subscribe if you're so inclined, and hopefully you have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next time. And surprise, one last random thought, guys. Hey, I realized I didn't really talk about the gameplay that much, but figured that's because most of us are kind of late in the Modern Warfare 3 rotation, so to speak, and there's not a whole lot to teach out there. But if you guys want to see a little more breakdown style videos, a little more tactics and whatnot, let us know. Be happy to mix it in there, or come up with just some more tactics videos altogether. All right, guys, once again, have a great weekend. We'll see you in the next video.